Guys, are you back or are you in the meeting now? There are still 27 students, so we should start the lecture now. So last time, okay, ji, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Let's start with our today's lecture. I have just drawn this figure showing the triaxial stress state. ठीक है जी, triaxial stress state. This is over z-axis, x-axis, y-axis, and then I have shown these. You can say normal stresses. Normal stresses I have shown with bold, what you say, lines. So this is over normal stress sigma xx. This is over normal stress sigma yy. This is over normal stress sigma zz. Then I have shown the shear stresses. So this is the shear stress tau yz. This is the shear stress tau yx. This is the shear stress tau xz, shear stress tau xy, and similarly you have tau zy and tau zx. So now a point to be noted here, that this tau xz and tau zx, they are basically complementary of one another. Tau xz, is basically equal to tau zx. Then we have then we have you can say tau zy or tau yz, that is equal to tau zy. And last you have this tau yx and tau xy. So we have basically three complementary stresses. So total there are three shear stresses and three normal stresses. Finally, so this is what we have discussed last time. So this was over triaxial stress state. If you have any query about this, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will start with our today's lecture, which is basically now concentrated to over biaxial stress state. To over biaxial stress state. Okay, the general state of the stress triaxial at a point is characterized by three normal stresses and three shear stresses, which act on the face of an element of the material located at the point. This state of the stress, however, is not often encountered in the engineering practice. Instead, engineers frequently make approximations or simplifications. Now, what we do, instead of having triaxial stress state, which means you are working in X, Y, and Z direction, what you do, you simplify this. You make it like two-dimensional biaxial stress state for simplification. And what we can do, we can then draw these three faces. Basically, these are three faces on which you have different normal and shear stresses. So we can take one by one. So this state of the stress, however, is not often encountered in the engineering practice. Instead, engineers frequently make approximations or simplifications of the loadings acting on a body in an order that the stress produced in a structural member or mechanical element can be analyzed in a single plane. So instead of having X, Y, Z, in which you have X, Y plane, in which you have X, Z plane, in which you have Y, Z plane, I can simplify this triaxial stress state to biaxial stress state. In biaxial stress state, I will just work in two axes. Let's say XY or YZ, or you can say XZ. So in actual practice, and what we are going to do from now onwards, instead of working in three dimension, we can simplify it to two dimension. So this state of the stress, triaxial state of the stress, is not often encountered in engineering practice. Instead, engineers frequently make approximations or simplifications of the loadings on a body in order that the stress produced in a structural member or mechanical element can be analyzed in a single plane. So the plane state of the stress biaxial at a point is represented by two normal stress components. ठीक है जी, जो triaxial था that was represented by three normal stress components and three shear stress components. Now this biaxial state of the stress, the plane state of the stress at a point is represented by two normal stress components and one shear stress component, which act on all the four faces of the element. So let's first see the figure and then it will be more clear. So this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Now I am saying that I am going to work in two dimension, means I am just eliminating the z-axis. I am eliminating z-axis, so I am just working in x and y-axis. Okay. So first we will have the normal stress sigma x about x-axis. Then we will have the normal stress sigma y about the y-axis. So these are two my normal stress. So there will be no sigma z now. There will be no sigma z now. Now next thing is I have to see the shear stresses, that what shear stresses are acting on my element. So for that you can see shear stress tau x y. There is no tau xz. So there is only tau x y. Okay, then I come on this face. On this face you can see you have tau yx, tau yx, and no tau yz. So you just have tau yx. Along this you just have tau yx. Fine, and there is no z component. So what normal stresses we have? Sigma x and sigma y. What shear stress we have? Tau xy and tau yx. This shear stress is complementary of this shear stress. Is this point clear?
Sir?
जी
सर कम्प्लीमेंट्री जो स्ट्रेस हम लेते हैं लाइक एक्स वाई और वाई एक्स, तो सर इसके लिए सिर्फ मैग्नीट्यूड का इक्वल होना कंपलसरी है, डायरेक्शन कोई भी हो सकती है, या 180 डिग्री मतलब मींस के अपोजिट होने चाहिए एक दूसरे के?
I could not hear you properly. आप बीच में बहुत फास्ट बोलने लग गए थे. But what I think you were asking that for complementary stress, you are asking that whether for the complementary stress it's necessary to have the same magnitude or the same direction. आपने शायद इस तरह का कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछा है. It for complementary it basically means you should have the same magnitude, direction will be opposite.
सर ऑपोजिट मतलब कि 180 डिग्री होना चाहिए, लेकिन सर इधर एक्स वाई और वाई एक्स 90 डिग्री नहीं.
They will not be 180 degrees apart. 180 degrees apart पे तो you have another face. ये देखें ना, this is one face, this is one face. ठीक है जी. On the exactly 180 degrees apart you have another face. ठीक है जी. उसके ऊपर देखें you have this normal stress and this shear stress. So they are basically 180 degrees apart. ठीक है जी. They are 180 degrees apart. ठीक है, ये exactly opposite चलेंगे. Then you have this face. एक second ठहर जाओ. You have this face. ठीक है जी. And इसका opposite ये वाला face है. You can see you have the same normal stresses. Basically, these stress directions, they are based on your pull and push. When I said last time normal forces will produce the normal stresses, so you can see these are positive normal stresses or tensile normal stresses producing the elongation in the element. ठीक है जी, फाइन. और जो shear stress होता है ना, उसका बेसिकली ये होता है कि इफ यू सी, अब ये दिस वन एंड दिस वन, ये एक पेयर, this pair of shear stress and this pair of shear stress, they are also basically positive in the sense that they are going to produce the elongation in the element. अगर मैं इसकी फिगर आपको भी थोड़ी देर पे ड्रॉ करके दिखाता हूँ based on this, ठीक है? So just let me conclude these things so that we can proceed further. So in this triaxial stress state you had 6 phases, ठीक है जी? So this was the phase X, and opposite to this was this X phase. Then you have this Y phase, and opposite to this was this Y phase. Then you have Z phase, and opposite to this was this Z phase. Okay? So basically you had 3 phases, and on 3 phases you had 3 normal stresses and 3 shear stress components. On the biaxial stress state conditions, you have 2 axis X and Y, and you have only 2 faces, and on those 2 faces, because this is complementary to this, okay, and this face is complementary to this, okay, 180 degrees apart. So we have 2 faces, 2 normal stress components and 1 shear stress component, okay. So I can draw this figure as well. Yes, sir. Let me draw this. ठीक है जी. So this is simple over biaxial stress state. ठीक है जी. Triaxial stress state, biaxial stress state. So in this case, I can, one second. Tau xy is equal to tau yx. ठीक है जी. Let me see whether it is saved or not. Okay, ये हो गया हमारा this is over biaxial and triaxial stress state. Now we will just focus on biaxial stress state. और जो मैं आपको कह रहा था ना, मैं पहले आपको फिगर ड्रॉ कर दूं. So now I'm just drawing the biaxial stress state. ठीक है जी. So we can have this as sign convention. This is my y-axis and this is my x-axis. ठीक है जी. So along the x-axis you have this sigma xx. ठीक है जी. Fine. Then we have these shear stresses we can show. And these are your complementary shear stresses. Clear? So now in our biaxial stress state, we have two normal stresses, sigma xx and sigma yy, and we have one shear stress tau xy. All the normal and the shear stresses represented on this figure, they basically show you the positive sign convention. This normal stress sigma xx will result in the elongation of the element, sigma yy will also result in the elongation of the element. Similarly, this shear stress, ठीक है जी? So if you extend these corners, ठीक है? So you will see that this shear stress is also showing you the positive sign convention. In general, the sign convention which we have assumed is that if this vertical component of the shear stress is pointing upwards, vertical component of the shear stress is pointing upwards, it's considered as positive. And if the vertical component of the shear stress is pointing downwards, it's considered as negative. So usually simplification of the loading on a body is done in an order that the stress produced in a member can be analyzed in a single plane. And if this would be the case, then the material is said to be subjected to the plane stress. So this is basically the definition of the plane stress that we will be, because we will be working on plane stress transformation. So what is plane stress? Simplification of the loading on a body, so that the stress produced in member can be analyzed in a single plane. Single plane means biaxial stress state, means in one plane there are two axes. So this will be, the material will be subjected to a plane stress. The state of plane stress at a point is represented by a combination of two normal stress components, sigma x and sigma y, and one shear stress component. ठीक है जी? So this is the regular, what you say, an element having normal stress sigma x, normal stress sigma y, and the shear stress tau xy. There are a few more definitions which I want to discuss, because this derivation for the transformed normal stresses, that I don't want to start at present. This we will do in 2 hours lecture complete. So there is some sign convention which we can discuss. So first we need to establish a sign convention for the stress components. Sigma x is positive when sigma x, at present you do not consider this transformed sigma x dash or transformed tau x dash y dash. So at present we are just considering the normal stresses, the actual stresses acting along over regular x and y axis. So sigma x, this one is sigma x. Sigma x will be considered positive when they act in the positive x direction. And the shear stress, you can see this tau xy, this shear stress are considered positive when they act in the positive y direction. So if this is your shear stress, if this vertical is acting towards the upwards towards the positive y axis, then your shear stress will be positive. Tau xy is positive when it acts in the positive y direction. So shear stress, this normal stress is positive towards positive x-axis. Sigma y is positive towards positive y-axis, and shear stress tau xy is positive when this vertical component is upwards. So this is the general sign convention. Now next is the orientation. At present you can just have a look over there that this is your x-axis. So in this element, this is unrotated element. So this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, and you can see the normal stress sigma x, normal stress sigma y acting along x and y axis, and then you have the shear stress tau xy. Now this is the second case in which your element is rotated by some angle. ठीक है जी. So now your element is rotated by some angle. So this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Now your axes are rotated by an angle theta, and this angle theta is counterclockwise. Now you can see your rotated axes are x dash axis and y dash axis. So both x-axis and y-axis are rotated by an angle theta. ठीक है जी. Now we want to identify. ठीक है जी. First our task is to identify whether this rotation is positive or negative. Positive means like the sign convention which we will be using. ठीक है जी. So the orientation of the plane on which the normal and the shear stress components are to be determined, ठीक है जी, will be defined by the angle which is measured from the positive x-axis to the positive x dash axis. ठीक है जी. So this orientation of the plane, ठीक है, needs to be determined with respect to x-axis, ठीक है जी, and moving towards x dash axis. So the orientation of the plane on which this normal and shear stress components are to be determined will be defined by the angle theta, which is measured from the positive x-axis to the positive x dash axis. So now the positive z axis is established by the right hand rule. Right hand rule is if you curl your fingers, if you curl the fingers of your right hand moving from x to x dash axis, if you curl your fingers moving from x to x dash axis, then your thumb will point, ठीक है जी, the thumb will point in the x direction. ठीक है. The positive z axis is established by the right hand rule. Curling the fingers from x axis, ठीक है जी, to the x dash axis, ठीक है, gives the direction of the positive z axis that point outward. So in this case, when I will curl my fingers from x to x dash axis, your thumb will point outwards, or you can say out of the plane or towards you. ठीक है जी. So when you will curl your fingers from x to x dash axis, your thumb will point out of the plane, ठीक है, towards you. So this will be considered as positive x-axis. ठीक है जी. The positive z-axis. The positive z-axis is established by the right-hand rule, curling the fingers from x to x dash axis that point outwards along the thumb. ठीक है जी. So out of the plane, z-axis is considered positive. So this angle, ठीक है जी, that this angle will be considered positive. So basically moving from x to x dash axis, curling your fingers from x to x dash axis, your thumb will point out of the plane. So this sign convention is counterclockwise, x to x dash axis, and this will be considered as positive. Similarly, for the second case, if let's say my x dash axis is somewhere here and I curl my fingers from x to x dash axis like this in clockwise direction, what will happen? Your thumb will point into the plane, ठीक है जी, and in this case z-axis is considered negative. So over here the sign convention which we are going to follow, that is the sign convention which we are going to follow, that is counterclockwise is positive and clockwise is negative. ठीक है जी. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Then comes this one. इसको थोड़ा सा I can briefly explain to you that what we are going to do, but we will do the derivation on into our class, because we have to derive the equation for the computation of the normal stresses sigma x dash sigma y dash and tau x dash y dash. Now you see this is your element, ठीक है जी, x and y axis, regular x and y axis, this is sigma x, this is sigma y, this is tau x y, and this is your rotated element. You can see your x dash axis is rotated counterclockwise. This theta is this theta is counterclockwise. ठीक है जी, so this is my positive sign convention. ठीक है. Now actually before the rotation there was sigma x and sigma y and tau xy. After the rotation you have sigma x dash, you have sigma y dash, you have tau x dash and y dash. So you want to calculate these normal stresses, transform normal stresses, sigma x dash, sigma y dash and tau x dash y dash. So you want to derive the relationships in which you what you say connect these or relate this sigma x, sigma y, tau xy to sigma x dash, tau x dash, y dash, sigma y dash with the help of the angle theta. So that when you put the values of sigma x, sigma y, tau xy and you put the value of the rotation theta, you get the transformed normal stresses sigma x dash, sigma y dash and tau x dash y dash. Is this point clear? ठीक है जी. See this, if your element or if your member is oriented along the regular x and y axis, you can very comfortably calculate these normal stresses. However, if your element is oriented at some angle theta, ठीक है जी, in that case your stresses, normal stresses and shear stresses will not be sigma x and tau xy. They will be actually sigma x dash, sigma y dash and tau x dash y dash. So I want to calculate this stresses along the axis, along the rotated axis. ठीक है जी. So I will calculate the transformed normal stresses and shear stresses. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to derive the relationships connecting, relating this normal stress, shear stress with the value theta. ठीक है जी. So that you just put the value of the theta rotation and you get your transformed normal and shear stresses. So you can see the final equations will be this one. So sigma x dash is equal to sigma x cos squared theta plus sigma y sin squared theta plus tau xy 2 sin theta cos theta. So to get the transformed normal stress, I just have to put the value of the theta and I have the normal stresses sigma x, sigma y and tau xy. ठीक है जी. I will get transformed normal stresses. I will get transformed normal stresses about x-axis. Similarly, you can see here for the transformed shear stresses tau x dash y dash, I just need sigma y, sigma x, theta, theta, and I can calculate the this tau xy and I can calculate the transformed shear stress. ठीक है जी. So now you can see it's your transformed normal and shear stresses. They are function of normal stress sigma x, sigma y and tau x y. ठीक है जी. Similarly, sigma y dash, you can see sigma y dash is equal to sigma x sin squared theta plus sigma y cos squared theta. ठीक है जी. So you can see sigma x, sigma y, theta, tau x y. So your transformed normal stress sigma y dash is just a moment please. So your transformed normal stress about y-axis is again function of sigma x, sigma y and tau xy and theta. So I will put the value of any value of theta and I will get the transformed normal and shear stresses about that axis. Is this point clear? Is this point clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, please ask me. And from the next time, we will derive these relationships, and then we will start the numerical work.